Right. Shalom, 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 shalom. Give me a wee moment as I pretty much set up the stream real quick. I mean, the stream is actually running, but I just want to, shalom, Jeremiah Shamar, Yabashan Hashab, Bashon Kagadesh, bro. Khan. If any y'all came on the stream, let me know if the audio is good. I just need knowledge of that. Doing a wee live stream, it's like one of my first live streams that'd be via in my actual apartment or whatever setup. And yeah, Shalom, Miami, Abashim Hashai, Bashika Gadash, Barakatha. Audio is all good. All right. Just give me a moment. So as you can see, this title, first of all right, I'm gonna say Birthday Hawa, Birthday Awashai, Birthday Hawa, Birthday Awashai, Birthday Hawa, Birthday Awashai, Call Allah Yahwa, Al-Hayna, Yahwa, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Chakudash. Giving, of course, double honors to our apostles and other bishops, Great Millstone as well. Peace and salutations, to the election of the nation of Israel. All right, of course, Birthday Yahweh being bless you, Yahweh, bless you the Most High. Birthday Yahweh Shai, bless you in the name of the God and Son, Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakudash, in the name of the Spirit Holy. All right, Yahweh Shai is who the world and it calls Jesus Christ, true name, by Mariath in the Hebrew, by Lashon Kadash and Lashon Kadash. All right, it's Yahweh Shai, which means he delivered. Yahweh means he is just who to be. That's the powers unto you, who you Israelites, so-called names unto you, and the Americans are supposed to pray to and call upon for your salvation. Okay, and Shemiyah Machman is a Machba. My young God will cut Makanah from the Great Millstone Camp, specifically Plaintables. In the city by Yar, in the city of Philadelphia, I'm Lamadi Ma'ait. Come on, lesson little are a wee lesson, all right, a live stream lesson at that. Slacky, if there's any background noise above, I have a damn demon that just won't let it go until the Lord destroy him. So the brothers, he got Matthew 24:14, which due to Spirit, the brother, of course, is going to assist with the lesson as he always do, which I'm thankful for at this time. Of course, the brother in UK, Jeremiah Shamar, contribute as well. I'll try to the best of my ability to, try to, bring out the precepts on the live stream and such. Matthew 24:14 is pretty much in the whole. Right, so are on deck. All right, so let's get it started. So as the lesson is titled, what is it? Something of that nature. They all know of the thing words being the people, whether it's Yasha Allah, the Israelites, so-called Israelites, Latinos, Native Americans. Of course, amongst our nation, you have a scattered. So you have other, of course, Israelites, which just look like other heathen nations where they've been scattered to, and they know about us as well. Know about Hamath is truth. They know about, pretty much what we stand for. They are watching currently. Our times past have watched, and the doctrine in which we do preach. Okay, and loads of the time it's hard to like acknowledge that fact, but it's a fact that's true. It's so true that more people know about what we're about than we even can conceive within our minds. Okay, which other brother, Jeremiah GMS Exalt the Most High also got. He got the John 10:16. All right, which that's another good precept to pretty much in line up. Let me see. See, what's that? John? What's that? 10? What was that? John 10 and 28. I think he got. Let me see. Let me just double check. 10 and 16. Let me see that. 10 and 16. Yep. Yeah. John 10 and 16. And the other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring. They shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. Okay? You know, Yahweh Shem Shai, of course, has, of course, he's bringing back, of course, all right, of, his kingdom, the house of David, Bayata Wadandi, elect, bringing back, of course, the scattered Israelites, bringing back the northern kingdom Israelites, okay? The Lord raised up the tents of Judas first, all right? So-called Negro, Latinos, and so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Haitians, you know, and of course, the Lord, has come also, of course, to bring back and redeem, you know, uh, the rest of the Israelites that are scattered abroad, dispersed through, the various countries. Okay, Yahweh Shemel Shai is uniting one fold and doing it via what the doctrine and such. The word is what's gathered us, and that word is great because it's merciful. That knowledge, that grace, that chun, all right, chun is grace, all right, which is knowledge that pretty much is exercised, over us, to be able to strengthen us in this faith, in the walk of Yahweh Shem Shai, the virtues, okay, the right conduct and behavior, okay, and the Lord has gathered us by this word. If a brother know that precept about the word gathering us, all right. Let me see. I'm not sure if it's an Isaiah or something, but it might be one in the Apocrypha gathered. But let me see if I can find it on my own. But if brothers can bring it, But yeah, but yeah, this word has went out. Okay, it's went out and it went out heavy, as pursuant to Matthew chapter 24, and the brother had Matthew 24. I think it was what verse 14. It says in this gospel, which is this good news. Okay, is a particular a particular gospel, a particular good news that, of course, we are bringing forth. Okay, Yasha Allah, Israel. All right, so-called these Latinos in the Americas, there's salvation for you. You need just a guy that's going to be working within a factory or stacking boxes or in a field cutting grass or on a bin lorry and hauling things and drawing it into you pushing bins and you did shifting gears and you may be just retailing, hustling at a car dealership, chatting, of course, maybe just get a commission or something like that. And you may be, running DoorDash or something like that, different app-based hustles, taking somebody's grocery and, to shopping, to their stores and such. We have a life that's beyond all of that, okay? And that's part of good news that, of course, we're a nation that are not desired, that are being gathered anew via this word. Okay? And that word is particularly unto us and is named for the other nations, though the other nations will hear this gospel and will hear this word. Okay? We have been made a what? A prophet, a Nabah. Yah. Let me see if I can get that. Nations. This is Jeremiah chapter 1 and 5. Okay, it says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. So the Lord already knew who we were, what we were very, particularly because he formed us. All right, he knows even the wee bits, the wee air hairs on our heats, all right, on our heads. Okay? And before there came as forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. Yeah, to the rest of the Goyim. All right? The rest of Elam, East Indians. Was it Shemai, Saki, what is it? Yashimai Allah, so called Ishmael. Okay? Right. This is another good precept too. You got Matthew 5. And yeah, all these good precepts. Matthew, let me see, I gotta hold that. It's that Matthew 5 and 14. How righteous I just had to bring it up somewhere. What's it? Matthew 5 and 14. Okay, give me one moment. I'm trying to keep this all together. All the different niches, even Esau get to hear the word. When they go by on the highways and hedges and they actually approach us, most of the time, for them to approach us, they have an actual entry because they have already watched a video. Okay? So the dialogue in which we have with them, loads of the time they try to pretend as if they never heard about this. But via, of course, the unicorn, which is the internet, right? Which the various signals enter into, or whom's we can use our various devices, Awarium with Thumium, lights and perfection, cell phones and such, and we can actually see, our computers, be able to see, they can see and know exactly what camp you in, what you're about. All right. So, on some, as you would say, in Philly, on some real, all right, on some real ish, on some real shit, they already know what we about. Okay. And I'm gonna go into pretty much another testimony about a recent situation that occurred as of today. Okay. Now let me just go back and see what try to get all the different precepts. Okay, so we got Matthew. Let me see, the brother got, all right, Zephaniah chapter 3 and 19. All right, let me see. Zephaniah 3 and 19. All right, this is Zephaniah chapter 3 and 19. I'm going to go a bit above. It says here in verse 18, I will gather them that are sorrowful, right? Which we are sorrowful because we're in a repenting spirit, being sorrowful for what? Our sins and such, all right? Which that's the elect. Your common day Jake, and they're not sorrowful to Yahweh Shemel Shah. They're, of course, loads of them feel already that they're saved, in that doctrine that, all right, I already been saved. I just got baptized and that was it. Nothing else is required. And as much is required, much is given, much is required. I'm actually, as me being spiritual, acknowledging, of course, that I'm a prophet, had to go out there and start to preach, go out and join the camp. All right, go over there and touch base with the Achim. All right, this truth is a thing that you have to be proactive within. All right, within the camp, you have to be diligent to make your call and action sure. All right, you have to be diligent even if you're new in the camp. All right, try to help out the Achim. The Achim there, get you a husband. All right, sew some garments, get some Bibles, send them to Achim. Whatever you can do to help the ministry, all right, that's lawful, dead, or do it. Okay, that's important. Okay, because the Lord ain't call people to sit and put their talents on a napkin or something like that. Like imagine, I got this truth. It's just sitting there, balled up. Like you will see somebody's apartment. Like they got some, like here you go. This truth is precious, right? Soon, I got like something on the table. It's just like covered. No, this truth has to be out there. Okay, out so that the world can see it. Okay, which we give, and we teach, okay, and the world can see it. Us being the children of the day, which, like I said, it's all gonna go with the testimony. All right, it's like we can't even hide ourselves and such. Okay, it says, and especially with how things are going with things in the world, hey, the fame, the name, even the persecution, the suffering is only going to increase. Just like in a private conversation, you know, uh, you know, had told me, recently, you know, he told me that, he's on the comment board. He told me it's only going to increase and such. Okay, so it's like we have to just buckle up, and try to go with the times, all right, because we've been warned, all right. So continuing on, it says, "I will gather them that are sorrowful for a solemn assembly." All right, this is a serious thing, all right. Who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. Okay, we were driven out. The land of Israel scattered across the land, split in various captivities, and we're in this Roman captivity to new, are under, of course, the NATO, the EU, the beast system, America, leading riding on that scarlet colored beast, all right? Have the whole world, as the hammer of the earth, in subjection. Esau, Edom, the wicked, who says, "Wait, where isn't he? He running things, all right?" But we're being gathered by the word. And I will get them praise and fame. And I forgot about this precept. That's to the spirit, because I did, like, hey, I didn't even know. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. Okay? Which praise might go into the Hebrew word. Let me see if it's halal. Let me just check. All right, praise going to Allah, which I believe the root is halal, which goes into praise, going into renown, okay, or glory, okay. In the place we've been put to shame here in Babylon, the Great America, and these various countries in which brothers are actually out there preaching and such. Italy over there, of course, across the pond, over there in England, Scotland, and Ireland and Finland, Holland, all these different lands. Tanzania, you got great millstone camps over in South America, all over the place and such. The Lord's gonna give us a name, out here. Okay, He's gonna get them praise. Okay, get. Let's see, even that word, if they even got there. If I can find it, reputation. All right, and we're known for this particular doctrine too. You know how we conduct ourselves and such. That's how, as the scriptures say, a tree by its fruit and such. We fruits of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We of that vine. All right, that noble vine. All right. So, let me see something real quick. So yeah, Matthew chapter 5:14-16. All right, this is Matthew. I think I already got 5. All right, Sathya, or Matthew, Gift of the Most High, chapter 5, and starting at I'm not sure if he. Let me see. So loads of good precepts in here too. 14. It says, "You are the light of the world." Right, we're illuminated ones. We got the light. The light being the knowledge. We got Yahweh Shai, that morning star. Okay, we got it. All right, our Kwananawa. We possess it. We got it. All right, Kwananawa. What? Right, was it? But we got it. All right, we got it. It says, "You're a light." All right, a light is a war of the world. Okay, a Ratazah, right? A yard, a city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. All right, we can't be hid. All right, and hey, You know, we make up. You know, remember Israel is a people for is a place, and you have it where us as the hopeful elect stand as what? And instead of being the aristocrats, if we're the elect, we be of the best, real, the true nobles and such. You know, so that kind of be hidden. Like if you have a certain dignitary, a certain person of high renown or esteem in this world, such celebrity or something, political subjects and such. Hey, delegates, etc. Hey, they can't be hidden. People already know who they are. Oh yeah, you know, like recently just came across this mayor here in the city. Everybody's hyped to just take a picture of him, even though, like I say, hey, we got loads of different shames on him, disgraceful spewings on him and such. You know, different things he done. Hey, different. Even you have it. The whole so-called monarchy. Over there in England and such. You know, but even though they so-called say that the royal family or unroyal family, and they know they're true people, all right, true Malachian, Malachian Amath, Mashapacha, all right, true family, so true as a Math, Mashapaka is family, and you got um, Royals Malak is going to be from the stock of Israel, all right, first. Their ease. Right? You got. They say we think believe through the spirit that believe that, was it one being what's his name Prince Harry maybe of Yasha Allah he moved a certain different way, but most of the other with Queen Elizabeth II, and and all them others of E man, the stock of E. But going on, which are the wicked, Esau is the wicked. All right, so going on, it says, neither do men light a candle, right? Which in the ancient world, like I said, you didn't have light bulbs, you had candles, all right? Oil, which you would have to, of course, trim it and such, make sure it's oiled and such, right? Or which the Hebrew word is a nar, I believe. Like if you put candle, I believe it's like, let me see, I think it's like that, candle. I have to look it up again. If brother wanna, you can look it up, but yeah, but you know, it says, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, uh, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house, right? Are in the house, right? You know that light. The whole purpose of the light is so that it can, of course, give light onto the whole house. All right, which hey, you got this is for the house of Israel, the elect. All right, that's going to get this truth. All right, so as it's going to give the instruction, let your light, which is your knowledge, all right, so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which in heaven. This is words of Yahushua, okay, that's being told and we call Jesus Christ, okay? This knowledge, you have to let it shine, all right, because this knowledge is going to be what is going to place us within renown anyway. All right, it's no about me. It's really Yahweh Bashem Shai that is being glorified. All right, I'm just a wee vessel. Okay, that's all you are. You brothers that are prophets were vessels for the Lord that He raised up to be prophets unto the nations. All right, to do this work. All right, to suffer, to endure persecutions, to catch hell, have different demons that trouble you, bring distress onto you, and we have to go to jobs and deal with being in a shape position, knowing we're of course more worth than we are esteemed by the world. Okay, these are the different things in which we gotta go through and such. But hey, it's all part of luck. Even Yahushua was a man, made himself a man of no reputation and such. All right, came humbly, and you know, hey, yeah. Not sure if it's a camera, I forget. Brother can correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so let me see. Let me go back to the comment board real quick. All right, so what's that? Oh, this is another gather. Like I call these gather, scatter, gather. Six. What's that? Isaiah chapter what? Chapter 43 and 6. All right, let me see if I get that. Isaiah 43. All right, and 6. Okay, Isaiah 43 and 6. And it says, actually, I can start a bit above verse 5. Actually, I can start. Yeah, I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east and gather thee from the west. Okay? And we're here, of course, in the west. Okay? Us here in Babylon the Great, America. All right? You go over in the east. Okay? Jake scatter over there. Middle East. All over in the eastern hemisphere and such. All right? Both hemispheres, hey, the Lord's going to gather. All right? And I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far. All right, the Bunyam, Shalia Sha'ala, the sons of Israel. Okay, which this starts first with the men, the sons of Israel. Okay, who the Lord is calling on to. All right, He's calling us to this glorious truth that is mouth, and we have to, of course, take heed. All right, we will. The sheep, the true sheep of the Lord, they hear His voice and they follow. They can hear that frequency, that calling. Like you have in the certain whistles, which only the different calabium or dogs, Shemai, can hear, all right, or to hear, or can hear, okay, slop. Well, we can hear the actual voice of our shepherd, Yahweh Shai, giving that calling, which is beautiful, Yapa, okay? And hey, the world know about it because, hey, those in the world, they were told already through us and hearing her voice, seeing her videos. Okay, the Lord put the Spirit on us today. It says, "And my daughters from the ends of the earth." So also remember, in order, the daughters, right, which are Bath. Let me see. Let's see what they got. Uh, but not. Let me see. See what the Hebrew word is. Bath are Manawath. All right. Yeah. All right. Manawathia from uh they got Bun and Banah, all right. And then let me see if you break it down. The Wath, we gotta see what a Wath and what type of yeah, feminine plural, right? Right. The Lord bringing them daughters from the ends of the earth, okay? Even everyone that is called by my name, the Israelites, for I have created him for my glory. I have formed him, yeah. I have made him. That's right. Bring forth the blind people that have eyes and the deaf that have ears. Okay? Yeah, bring forth the blind people that have eyes. Yeah, we have understanding to see and hear. All right? We have them ears. We have them eyes now. We can see. We can perceive what the Lord wants us to do. We can perceive the prophecies in MOTB. We can see, of course, how the system, the digital schemes, and these plots. You see the power and the control issued by Esau Edom. We can see the draconian measures. We can see the violence that is going to be more done in these cities, in these towns and villages, okay, these countries. We can see the martial law, okay, is going to be mandated and men being able to enter city. Hey, you even got their own tongue falling on itself. They got the new film. I think it's called Implanted. I still gotta see it on the Tubi, but they got that, and it's like, whoa. Hey, it's clear as day. The vision has been made plain upon tables. Okay, that he that run and readeth it. I roughly paraphrasing. When we running, we're surely running. And it says, "Let all nations be gathered together, and let the people be assembled, who among them can declare this and show us former things. Let them bring forth their witnesses, that they may be justified, or let them hear and say, it is truth. Ye are my witnesses, say the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me and understand that I am He." Right? The Lord is calling to you, Israelites. Okay, I am He. Okay, He exists. All right. We know that Yahweh Hashem El Shai exists. All right. Before me there was no God that formed, no God formed, neither shall there be any after me. All right, even I am the Lord Yahweh, and besides me there is no slaver, no saviors, pardon. All right, I have declared and have saved, and I have showed when there was no strange God among you. Therefore, ye are my witnesses, said the Lord Yahweh, that I am most high power. All right, and we see what Yahweh Hashem Shai declared and what he's done and what is happening. All right, so there's no like, oh man, well, um, uh, well, you wasn't given pretty much the heads up a bit. The Lord already let you know. All right, you can, or you know it. You can it. It means you know it. That's a Scottish term. All right, you know it. You can it. All right, so our Yadaika. All right, Yadaika. Yadai means to know, and Ka is you. Yadaika. You know, Yadaika. All right, you know it. All right, Yadai. Yeah, you know it. Yeah. Ka, you, and I can put wa, it, you know it. But, Hebrew is pretty just straight to the point. Okay? So let me continue forward, and pretty much I'll just yeah, I'll get into the testimony. So, I'm at the job. They had like a wee picnic, a luncheon as they'll call it. And so I pretty much most of the time when they like trying to participate with the masses of the workers and such. Matter of fact, most of the workers that they got, they're new. Okay, I've never even seen many of their faces there, and to be honest, most of them are niggards. All right, just put it that way. Okay, straight up. You know what I mean? Like brute, beasts and such. Even like to the point, most of them, they wouldn't even like say like when you come up to a group and acknowledge, and then you try to acknowledge them. Most of the rest, like you may be familiar with some, but then you may try to acknowledge the rest. They don't even want no parts. They're sitting there like zombies, just like, and then they just bring up some other nigger topic or something like that, and then they talk amongst themselves. But hey, loads of time I deal with heads anyway, loads of the time. So, hey, I don't really care because most of these people, many of them ain't no going to be around anyway. That's another thing that we have to remember. Hey, there's judgment over here. Many people accepted the Sharap, any different sharpshooters, you know, bullet bumper. I'm making a new word. Bumpers. They took them bumpers. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoever. 1, 2, then 1, 2. By Zariah in their arms and such. And hey, they messed up and such. So it's like, hey, we knew, like, we believe you, the spirit, have that disconnection was made, to their pineal gland and such, like, confession to a certain member from IYC had said, he feel like he had no faith, his faith pretty much had departed, something of that nature, you know. Hey, how can I expect them to see the light and knowledge, especially after they put going in compliance in E's plot or scheme, which he already knew. If you comply to the various different lockdown measures, he knows that you're gonna comply to the next system, or the new social credit scheme. All right, which you put somebody's job, their income, their family. You know, oh yeah, you may get them sack. Hey, loads of them people are gonna just say, hey, all did. Don't worry. Mm, here, and they've done it. You know, they even if they were against it, they like many they were against it, but then they said, hey, I got money to be made. Hey, next year this could be over. Hey, the Prezi told me we're at the end, and they got different. How is the end? You got different variants still being spread about. Come on, man. So anyway, going on further, and the call line now, y'all, Shalom. Okay. Giving praises to the Lord for the peace, during the lesson, usually a monster upstairs going hell shit crazy. Man, but but anyway, getting back to it, yeah, like even with my job, they had the different Sharat implemented as a mandate. Hey, the temptation was there. Hey, I went to the Lord in the refuge of the Lord. The Lord brought forth what? Exemption, via, you know, our beliefs and such. It was granted. Then, I put this all together to be true. It's like, all right, so at my job, going into the Idwa through the testimony. So I'm at the job, they had a picnic. I'm sitting there, certain, guys, I end up seeing, which really I ran to one guy, which he works at my actual particular place, right, job. So, I'm just congregate talking to him. Then, one of the other little girls came back, which, like you said, she's like one of the only girls that work at my job. And she told me some good news. They're going to pretty much bring her on full. She was working through a various program to get, basically, it was like to really jumpstart her, get into the job, but they had to make an exception for her to get into, which she was told that she was going to get, into, get the job, right? Which is good for her, right? And good for her then, while you're still in E system. But anyway, so I'm just like, okay, well, talking chat mints, pretty much with them, small talk, different dudes. You got this other dude, he had like he had a backpack, all right, and and then I didn't even know he had like like you got safety PP are like for personal protection equipment. He had like a wee vest or something. On reflective vest. You know that's what the workers be wearing. You know, so hey, through the spirit, I could feel his energy, kind of like, well, this is me through the spirit. At first, I'm like, wait, he seemed like he's kind of like you can see when somebody get in your like in your like they're around your aura, but they're like in your like they'll place and put trying to like kind of like position themselves. You're like, wait, this guy seems like he's trying to like he want to say something, but he's kind of like he not no saying it, but he want me to say something. So what? Yeah, going back, I actually went. And since he kept seeming looking like in my direction, I just said hiya, and I pretty much just introduced myself, my name. But and I give him of course, my slave name, but he already was familiar or had knowledge of pretty much who I am. This is at the job, and I'm like, this dude, I never even seen this dude a day in my life at all. Guy had, of course, a zaquan. Zaquan means a beard. All right, or also means ancient. He had a beard. I got this weed, what I can grow, but he had like a beard. Um, he had like a bald heat. I made sure if he can grow his hair. And, but the scriptures do tell us, to make baldness on our head heat. So if he can, you know, um, if he can grow his hair, hey, grow your hair, or trim it low, if you're going bald, just trim as low as you can, different things. But I don't know. He kind of, I guess he may have maybe I'm not sure if we line it up or trim it. I'm not sure, but I kind of like, I subtly like kind of examine a man and such, because as the scriptures do tell you, um, which I'm gonna cue this up, was that is that John the fourth chapter, the first verse? No, I should know these precepts. I gotta read some more. Remember, yeah, it's First John 4. So it's like I got it. So I'm gonna cue it up though. So yeah, so he's kind of like hovering a bit, getting closer and closer to. Yeah, like I said, I finally, hey, what's up? How you doing? Particularly this person, hey, what's up? And he's like, oh yeah, I know. And he's like, he kind of like mentioned kind of like brothers or something like that, and like, he kind of like basically was like in a nutshell, he was told by another worker about me, and I'm just like, what? Like, because it's like I'm really going to the job and I'm saying like, oh yeah, Hebrew Israelites, Esau going into slavery, hey, the system is going down and stuff like that. There's times past in which, when I first came into truth, I remember like you shouldn't be drinking you shouldn't be smoking and drinking or something, or well, you could drink in moderation, but you shouldn't be smoking, right? Like smoking meaning like cigarettes and smoking weed and such for not medicinal purposes. You know what I mean? Um, Recreational, which most people did and stuff. Well, like at first I remember like saying stuff, like to certain workers and such, but this was years on end, and I haven't even been in the truth for that long. It's been what 2017 or 2018, I think 2017. I believe that's when well, yeah, I think I joined the camp in 2017 of May. Starting, I believe at the end of 2016, I started to learn, or in the midsummer or something like that, starting to learn and such. And it's crazy too, because I was like full in about to get married, move over to Scotland, all them different things. Everything was pretty much moving and gearing towards like me, so called being more successful in the world, or moving going towards my dream. Okay, which hey, loads of us had different ambitions, which we could have did, but I don't know. I just think it would have all failed because I'm doing what I'm doing now. The Lord would draw me from my purpose, as Job, the 33rd chapter, tells us. Which if we can probably, I'll get it, because I'm not sure what Aki was on the comment board. But yeah, like the Lord would draw me from my purpose. Well, yeah, man, from His purpose and such. And I came into this truth. All right, I didn't even know but I knew in the world I knew I had a zeal and I had to do the work at a certain age. I just didn't know it was gonna be me on the highways and hedges and in a camp and doing what I'm doing now. Got garments and all this other stuff, like wow, you know. So yeah, he pretty much was like, kind of like it was kind of like a little like a discreet greeting kind of thing, and I'm just start slacking, and I'm just like, oh well, I'm discreet, Sorry, I was just like I told the guy the the particular subject, I was like I'm kind of discreet, I'm real discreet, because the thing is he had fringes, he had a T-shirt with fringes, and that was like I'm like, goodness gracious. So scriptures do tell you flee the appearance of evil. Ain't nothing wrong with the fringes themselves, but wearing them at the actual job, that was just like a straight up red flag, because then the job, they're like, why is this dude? What's that? And they know, of course, what that is. Everybody in these major cities know about Jake and the Hebrew Israelites. They know about it. So you going to work and with that on, they're gonna say, oh well, he must be with them or something. In which, say for example, like he may have beliefs that he learned from Hebrew Israelites, but particularly the subject he that worked at my particular job, he don't work at where I'm actually stationed, but he works actually at another yard under my job's banner. But um, he wore the fringes, and I'm just like, I'm discreet. I kept saying that, discreet, discreet, and I was just like, he was just like, he apologized, if he trespassed, etc., etc. Basically bringing up about, like, I never, like, knew who he was, but the first thing was kind of like he brought up about me being in the truth or something like that, and even and I'm like, well, I even have to act. I'm like, he said that he read the confession. He knew, he told particularly who he learned it from, who he was told from about me, which was, this particular subject. I told this guy about, I guess, the truth years ago. Like, and I don't even, it was in the form of maybe like, like sharing a YouTube page. Oh yeah, look, all this different. You know how Jake be all into the different conspiracies and all of that, and different things, and like it was at a time this particular subject was like, he felt like things were definitely no going good for him at the job. He did a certain amount of time at the job. I've done he done more time than I did at my job. This guy got particularly over 20 years at the job. I think it's like 27 years or something at my particular job, you know, and actually he was in a position where I am, but now, and then he got, like you say, he got some more to the next position, next pay rate, and then as of recently, like in the past, like when the pandemic hit and all that, and he did some more work, he got put in a position in which he's actually like a supervisor and got like he's making more money and such, loads of more money and such. He's up in that bigger bracket and such. It's not much money anyway. Esau time, you know what I mean? Like, hey, Jake's still down, still in the field, but like, he done came up, but hey, it comes also what you actually did, because complying to when you hear this truth and stuff, like, you gonna follow it and such. And hey, when I heard the truth, I followed it. He's doing different things, which, like I said, he's not fully persuaded, at all. Different lost testament. He know, like he watched the video, so Jake already know, okay, about the laws, the statutes and such. Loads of them, certain basic stuff. They watch these videos, they in these streets, they see these camps. So there's no excuse, but when it comes to actually following, hey, only elect gonna really go and dead. The elect gonna, you gonna have many called, but few are chosen to. They're gonna follow and keep our integrity to the end, man. Let me see if they got a thing on the comment board. So anyway, yeah, ain't nothing on the comment board, so I'm gonna keep going. So, like I said, first me being reserved, like I kind of distanced myself. First when I seen the fringes, I'm like, oh shoot. I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, E see me around this guy. He's by himself already. He ain't nobody was really around him. And then now he trying to track towards me, which I really, in general, even outside of war, I stay alone anyway. Try to be, to myself. But then he's coming around me, so and then he got different fringes, so it's like it's easy dead giveaway. Like for me, it's like dang, and then you got like most of these people are at this picnic. You got the regular workers, and then you got higher ups and such. Crazy. So I'm just like at a point, I kind of was distanced, which I ain't running up. The scriptures do tell me, lay not your hands suddenly on no man, on any man, which Yahweh says, I get that. I'm going to get this verse. This is 1 John chapter 4:1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out in the world. Now, this particular individual, he didn't say he's a prophet. He don't believe he's a teacher, at least at this point. He knows about, like, you know, brothers that go out, particularly even in the city. You know, and like I was like, certain on Cecil B. More. I'm like, well, you talking about these guys that I like a particular like certain side of used to be in, of course, the camp. You would actually this other it's still I believe with us is cool, but we teach in a certain part of Philly. I'm like, you talking about this people? No, but he wasn't. He said some other one. It's this other particular group or a couple guys. Particular guy we know, we've seen him before. He would teach on his own, and he was mentioning about how he went in another group, and then he's pretty much doing his own thing. But he say the particular guy say he believes in the chip being a MOTB. But then, like I said, there's things that I just don't know about what this guy particularly believes 100% about the doctrine. Because most of the time, like for me, like the first thing with me, I just want to be pretty much to get under the brothers that's in the truth, which I've seen the truth is in the group, which is Great Millstone. They got 100% truth. So the first thing I did was find out, all right, Great Millstone, the city, all right, find out where the brothers at, go out and learn. Then it turned to me actually entering the camp. But that's all the Lord. It wasn't of me. I just followed Sid, you know. But because I believe this is particularly my calling, all right. But I say all this to say this. It said, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try. You got to test the spirits, whether they're the Most High, right? Here and there. I asked him at the end. It's like, oh, do you believe in the names? And see, like, if he even knew the names, he's like Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. It's like, okay, okay. But even still, there's testing more on that. Many of them call and they say, Lord, Lord, you know, but the Lord, is going to, pretty much going to reject, because, hey, they just wasn't chosen, okay? Being a part of the election, that is. The elect of the elect, the Israel, the Most High, all right? There's false prophets. Like, hearing, the brother, he's talking about, like, he learned it watching videos. He pretty, one of the first things he asked, he pretty much was like, he wanted some advising or counsel. And I'm just like, oh, like he was like studying and this and that. I'm just like, I remember Righteous Man studied to answer. And then I kind of like, I was checking Timothy's precept about how study to show thyself approved, workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. But at first it didn't come to me. And most of the time, like I said, some of the times when you may be unsure or certain about sharing the truth with somebody, it made the Lord might kind of like resist it a little bit at first and such, because I wasn't trying to go into full teaching mode or nothing like that. I mean, I was kind of very, very reserved, and just kept it really kind of brief, um, you know, um, and such, but they know, man, pretty much the world knows, all right? The world knows about what you're about. In most cases, like loads of time we thinking like, hey, these people might not know. Hey, these people know, man. These people may drove by and see you there on the hedges and such, and then when they see you, they don't want to say nothing because they attribute you being in the Hebrew Israelites. A lot of time, you just gonna straight up say the first thing you gonna say, hate you, effing devil, or something like that. Which, like I said, Scripture tells us to be peaceful, live upon peaceful amongst men. Scripture tells us to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. When it came to the fringes, that's what I told him about. Which he said something about. He said that I know y'all wear long garments or something like that, or wear long garments or something like that. But you can't wear long garments. Obviously, you ain't wearing no garment at the work at the job. All right, that's not wise. Okay, in enemy lines, wearing enemy lines, I'm wearing a garment. Or even, like I said, me wearing fringes. No, I'm not. No doing that. We ain't Great Millstone ain't doing that. Like I say, that's just too much attention. You got dudes walking about like, they straight up, which all Edomites are going to be racist. But, you know, they don't want to see that at all, you know? especially this. Like with me, most of these Edomites, like I said, they don't even want to be around. Yeah, the brother said, God, yeah, they don't even want to be around me, man. I'm already kind of intimidating to them, and I don't do nothing. I kind of carry myself, as you see, as a silly dove. I'm an Ephraimite, so-called Puerto Rican, Manapario. All right. I am fruitful. You know, I like, as you see, like, I'd be like, oh, giddy and jumping about. A lot of times I'm just kind of like reserved still, though. You know what I mean? But if you get to know me, like, you see, I like to crack jokes and, you know, I'm just a happy individual. It's like a person that's walking about with a bunch of sugar in me. That's pretty much, if you put me in a nutshell, that's me. It's such a loads of energy and such, always moving about and such, But yeah, most of them, like, even in the world, they didn't even like my personality already. Because it seemed like I'm just more is to me, more substance is to me, but it's the spirit that the Lord has upon me. Okay, which is the Lord. Let me see if there's any more precepts. Nah. But yeah, so you know, uh, I'm kind of like I was just like, yo, I told this dude like years ago. I'm thinking in my heat. I'm like, I told this dude years ago about this truth, and it's 2022, but it be 2023. Yaharatazah, and a guy that got hired within like something like 2021 or 2020 knows about me being in truth, and I didn't tell him, and I don't even work at the same place as him station, and he knows about me being in this in the group because the dude he said, yeah, he's in GMS. I'm like, what? The dick and like this, and particularly the particular guy that told him, he don't go to me and say to me about some anything about no truth or that like that. He don't do that. He kind of like distance himself, which I accept he distances himself. One, he's in a higher position. I know when you're in a higher position, most of the time, like I said, familiarity, but breeds contempt, something like that. You know, he kind of be regarded as in a high position. Which, hey, I'm at the job. I'm going, hey, I play as it is. I'm not there. I'm not there to sit there and rebuke you. That's not my job. All right, my job is to come to work and do what I do. You know what I mean, and leave. You know, um, you know, You don't mention nothing like that, but even too, like I remember even the one guy that is another younger guy. He asked me one point about am I still doing videos or something like that, and this is a guy that they said this guy's another new guy, and he's in a supervisor position. And this guy, I've never said anything about me being in what I'm in or anything. So it's like I remember I tried to play if it is, I try to play it off, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like I ain't say what I'm talking about. I'm like, oh yeah, like jujitsu videos working out, something like that, you know. Which Slovakia, I don't mean to like put my whole self out there, jujitsu and all that. Hey, brothers know, no brothers in the troop doing, certain Gracie jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. But I train. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just like blown, So but that dude is in direct contact with the other guy, and then there you got this other guy that know about that I never seen, So it's like what, and then we gotta be careful too, because there's agents out there and just so much. So it's like whatever. Like I'm just like, hey, it is what it is, man. Ain't nothing I can do about it. We lights, all right. We're the children of light. Okay, but I'm not coming to the work to preach. All right, and I learned that as you get seasoned into this, you don't tell everything to everybody. You're at a supermarket cussing somebody out. Itch, you should be, you gonna get a mic of 7 and 10. You learn. you know. So this is let me get this. It's locked for rambling a bit. Let's get some scriptures. This is the book of Ephesians chapter 5 and 8. I'm gonna bring this in. It says, "For ye were sometimes darkness, but ye are now light in the Lord. Walk in light, children of knowledge." And the Lord gave subtlety unto the temple. All right. So we have to be crafty, walking about with fringes that's made something with your damn. All right, in enemy lines. As I told this guy on a particular subject, I said, "Hey, it's pretty much something that's no wise today. He ain't going off particularly, I guess, like, I mean, the Lord saying really to be wise and serpent harvest done. That's kind of all, what I mean? Yeah, but, I'm not doing it. Us in Great Millstone, we're not doing it. You know what I mean? Because it's just like, that'd be ammunition. Oh, yeah, they fire you. Or, hey, I don't like that guy. They can just fire you, you know? And what I mean? Like, particular, way we work in certain jobs, obviously you could use it as a discrimination, but like I said, if I get fired, hey, it is what it is. I've done worked this particular place for a long time, man, decade in time and change. So it's like, at any time, and we don't care. We use it or no abuse it. So I'm ready to go anytime anyway, So, but like I say, when we at our job, we just do our work, man. We were sometimes darkness and ignorance and such. So now we come into truth. We learn the order, the way to walk, the right proper conduct. All right. Other camps, like I say, like this particular subject individual, he following other camps. Like he ain't like he like he watching different camp. He mentioned WFI, Watchmen for Israel, with I think his name is is it Nahum? The Adam Abbott, you know, is that their head or whatever. Which I told him, like I say, he already know about me being in camp and stuff. I'm like, yeah, we had a discourse with that guy and such, but I know about all these different camps. We know about all these other camps, and the other camp know about us. The guy knew about the other camp, that camp that be down the street from us. Because hey, we don't no longer be where we used to be in the city. We in the city, but we just in a different undisclosed place. You know, but yeah, I'm just like, wow, like that them dids and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, like, but these other camps, they have different doctrines, so you gotta choose your side, man. That I ain't telling that, but you gotta be fully persuaded in your own mind. In which, let me see if I can get that one precept, and then pretty much that'll be damn near the lesson. I'm happy to do the lesson, cause I gotta do lessons, man. I get, you may get under these spirits where you get depressed, but I still got to do my lot, regardless of anything. I can't not do the work or get destroyed. Destroy my ass. Got to feed the sheep. And so, one counselor. Thousand. Let me see if I can find it. If a brother find it, they can bring it up on the comment board. The comment board hasn't it been jumping that much as of the new or the now, but I'll see if I can find the scripture. The Lord just brought me right to it. It's all spiritual kind called like that's a Sirach chapter 6 and 6. It says, "Be in peace with many, nevertheless have but one counselor of 1,000." One counselor of 1,000. Okay? Right. We believe in the prophets at Great Millstone, the elders and apostles. They're elders that, of course, do the spirit that's, of course, righteous and such, that pass down, things to them, and it's, they got, of course, sorted out, hey, we believe in the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, which we believe 100% is that Great Millstone. Simple as that. Okay? But if you fall in this group, WFI, HYK, IUIC, Um, what do you got? HOY. Uh, uh, all these other groups and such, and they got conflicting doctrines, principles, and teachings. That's going to bring about confusion, which I told him. I said, the Lord is not a, if you're doing day and that, the Lord is not the author of confusion, either in the churches of saints, right? Roughly paraphrasing. So, really, he shouldn't. If any advice to be to any of you brothers, all right, that are out there and you watching videos from all these other camps, you got playlists. Hey, at first when I first came like to the knowledge, yeah, I looked at all these different videos. I watched. I seen IUIC. I seen what they call them, IUSBK. I seen um, like all these different groups and stuff like that. But then I seen Great Millstone, which those at the time we go by as being the most raw and hated group of all of them. Like they look at the test was called bumming lights and such like that. Hey, you can call it so be it. It's fulfilling scripture. When men revile us and such, and separate themselves from our company, it's actually a blessing, right? Pursuant to the book of Matthew, I think the brother had that. Matthew 5, it says, rejoice. Sorry, verse 11. Blessed are ye, Matthew 5:11. Blessed are ye when men revile you and persecute you, harass you, and say all manner of evil against you falsely, right? Falsely. So a lie, deception, there's no right for my sake. Yeah, for the Lord, the name of the Lord's sake. Like I say this, if a person don't like me or something like that, something wrong with that person and such. Like that's what I believe, because it's like I'm a person. I try to do my best. Like I said, you got damn heathen that get treated good. You know what I mean by me and such. As good peaceable amongst men. I mean, we even reading here where it said, "Be in peace with many." You know what I mean? Like I'm not coming to be like bringing this heat on you. Like I said, I let the Lord deal with that and such, deal with you and stuff like that. You heard the word, you see the word, you heard it. Hey, that's on you to follow it or not. I'm not going to be sitting there with a Bible. Oh, yo, brother, didn't I tell you? No, we gonna see what you gonna do, which the Lord gonna see what you do, and then hey, what's gonna proceed is either judgment and righteousness, or the Lord gonna shake His left hand and bring punishment. The Lord willing you repent, or complete destruction. And Jake gonna have to choose sides. All right, life or death, but you gotta choose life if you have been hopefully elect. All right, you gotta choose life. Choose life, which we. Hey, a lot of y'all be like, oh, well, you saying choose life. You're always saying that life is in being in Great Millstone. No, it's the doctrine. Choose the doctrine of Yahweh Shem Shai, which I believe to be true, and the apostle and elders got it right. Okay, if not, hey, we be getting destroyed at the end, right? For adding or taking away from the word. All right, and we understand that. All right. Why do you think loads of the time when I'm teaching, like sometimes like you be like, wait, you want to make sure that breakdown is right. That you teaching. You might hesitate, like, wait, hold up. Make sure I word myself properly so there ain't no misunderstanding there. That's all studious. That's all proper. That's all kashar. Call kashar. All proper and fitting. Okay. It says you. This is Matthew 9:5 and 9. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. Right? And hey, them peacemakers, man. Hey, you see how the elect are being, brought back, right? And complete shalom and at rest with getting in this truth. Well, that's a baruch blessing. Baruch blessing. All right. A baruch means blessed. Blessed are the pure heart, for they shall see the Most High. That's verse 8. Even here, this is blessed. This is 5. Blessed 5 and 4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Lowly, afflicted. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Right, another advising when you first come in the truth or in the truth in general, you don't want to be righteous over much or wicked over much wicked, right? As they say and as it's written in Ecclesiastes, which I can get it. Let me see real quick. Let me see. Let's see, where is that at? That's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 16. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Right. You know, and hey, even I have a trouble with that, you know, understanding that we under the grace of Yahweh Shem Shai, because you be like, you know, you learn, try to do, we doing this to the best of our ability, you know, like following law, statutes, commandments. Hey, we do fall short. Righteous man falls 7 times and get back up. It's the Lord that's lifting us up. Do, of course, the comfort of the scriptures, which we hear. Okay, we got to get up, man. Yahweh shall lift us up. Kwam. Now, let us rise, you know. Kwam now, rise us. All right? Or lift us. All right? Be not overmuch wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time come? All right, the Lord can just take your ass hurt. Okay? So, you know, you got to be not over much righteous. Okay? No, Lord knows. For the scripture to be there, the Lord already knows we going to hell off. Okay? So, you know, rocking fringes and all these things and such, you know, hey, that's no, you know, at the job, that's no smart. You know, he said he knew about not to be, you know, trying to preach up in, you know, people's face and stuff like. I mean, number mentioned casting out your pearls or swine and such like that as, you know, pretty much a reference. You know, 'cause, you know, like a time a lot of Jake they be eager for knowledge, but then it's just like, yo, like I'm like, yo, just you need to watch videos, and it's just like, but I'm like, well, if you watching videos from all these other camps and you ain't, you know what I mean, you still, you know, you got a way, the ways to go. Because really, you need to make your choice. You have to, you know, Israelites on the fence. Y'all need to make your choice. Ain't no time to be playing around being double-minded. What? There's the scriptures that say that, right? Um, hey, let me get that real quick. That's actually a good scripture, really good scripture. I think that's in James. James chapter 8, 1 and 8, pardon me. And it says, a double-minded mind is unstable in all his ways. That's right, man. So you being double-minded, which double-minded, go back to the Greek word dysokos, which is meaning wavering or doubting, divided in interest, right? If a group saying they got 100% truth and they prove it time day in day out, that's the group I'm following. I'm following Yahweh Shai. I know Yahweh Shai got 100% truth, which we got. Hey, we got all that we need to get to salvation. Okay, and things are becoming clearer and clearer to the day with the prophecies. Man, you can't tell me that the MOTB is no that Sharat. Okay, you like, and I even said to him, I was like, you got groups over there saying, oh, this group saying it's spiritual, and this group saying it's physical. Well, you sit with both groups. Like, how is that? You know what I mean? Like, that's confusion. So you don't want to be, you know, double-minded, having divided interests. All right, on opinion, they say vacillating in opinion or purpose. All right, this word vacillating, I have to look up. I'm not familiar with it, but yeah, man. So meaning indecisive, right? Which, like I say, really, that's like it's kind of like effeminate too. You gotta have faith, you know. It's like I have faith in my choice that you know I choose great millstone. The truth is in Yahweh Shai ultimately at great millstone. That's it. The apostles having the doctrine, you walk with Yahweh Shai. I believe these apostles walked with him in the times past, and they got it, and they passed it on to us, etc. Due of course their elders on down and such, to them being were their fruit. Our prospective camps were their fruit. So that's it. Like hey, also it says blowing hot and cold, which blowing hot and cold will make you what? That make you what is it? The Lord says he'd rather you be either hot or cold, no lukewarm and such. You be lukewarm, you know. I mean, you just in the middle. When hey, you need to choose your side. The scriptures say a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. So it's hey, you either gonna be in or it. Like say like with me, like remember the time, time. Hey, guy did that. He had an academy doing practice martial arts, doing jiu-jitsu. But like I say, he know he's supposed to be coming every day, but he's no coming every day. And he doing other things. Which you can do what you want. But in this truth, this is what you do. You do this truth, you do your things in the world, but this truth is the main focus. Alright? There's a brother that I'm saying like, put the pretty much the Lord first. All things be added onto you, roughly paraphrasing and such. Seek first the kingdom of the Most High, and all of these things be added to you, roughly paraphrasing. This is our vocation as prophets, that is. This is we've been Father's business, so we go out and do this work. I can't be lukewarm in this truth, simple as that. You can't be lukewarm in this truth. So most important for new believers advising is to choose your side. And hey, you're gonna have different that chose to be in other groups and follow certain doctrine that's gonna come into true understanding when like shit hit the fan, literally. And like damn. Or figuratively, I'll say. They gonna see, the MOTB, yeah, doctrine, positive others is preaching that. The other camp ain't teaching that, right? We right. Are you? Oh yeah, you can take it. Other camp tell you to take it. You gonna take it? Like even my job actually teaches you or tells you gotta have the Shabbat being of that for that particular um, pestilence or makah. A makah, they go into like a pestilence. But we can't take that. But did you take it to get the job? Did you take it and knew? Not to take it, but took it just to get the job right. You know what I mean? I'm not taking no Shabbat to get a job. All right, simple as that. That's a It's a test of my fidelity. You know what I mean? Before ultimately that ultimate hour of temptation comes. Which is when that MOTB is implemented. So, hey, that's pretty much the lesson of the spirit, man. People already know about this. They know about us. They know the truth. You know what I mean? It's whether they're going to follow it and such. And, hey, as they keep going on more and more, hey, it's going to be having to deal with it. Hey, Micah, not Micah, but Isaiah 4 and 1. Many of these girls already know, but us, what we have been and stuff too. Not low to the time they gonna know you to no one to grab you. I know that dude had the answers, so I need to go get it with him. But that comes with the fame, and like women being effeminate, they need to see these prophecies happen. Remember, our people gonna be willing to date our power, so hey, they gotta see the power. Hey, there's power in prophecy, so yeah, you got spiritual power. Healings and all that, but God, Jake, they just need to see, man. It's crazy, but hey, blessed you that like he told, I think that was Thomas. How should I say to Thomas? I think that might be a book of Acts. Let me see if I can find that. After the resurrection of Yahushua. See if I can find that. Yeah, I'm not sure where that's at. I can just put Thomas and it'll come up. This is John chapter 20 and 29. Yahweh said unto Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen, yet they have believed. All right? Yeah, and it's like, say like in this incarnation, it's like you don't physically see Yahweh Shai, but you believe Yahweh Shai exists. All right, just like Yahweh exists, but Yahweh Shai's son actually, you know, is the son of the Father. He exists as well. But that's a blessing for you to be able to understand that in faith. All right, belief. All right, so that's a faith only can be given to Israelites, particularly the elect having that. So, hey, with that, ain't nothing else on the comment board. So the lesson is achieved. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem Kakadash, call all Yahweh, Elohim El Yahweh Bashem El Shai, Bashem Kakadash, double lives to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace and salutation to the elect. Hopefully, y'all Akim, the Agwath, and that listen and learn it in order, all right, and been edified and such, and such. And hey, that's it, man. Shalom.